Hey guys, it's Roman. Hope all is well with all of you guys. Um, I had a, I had a, listen. I wanted to talk about the View and what the H is going on over there. Um, this week it was just reported. That's amazing how CNN and everybody else they speak about reports as if they are confirmed. Like they don't when they're talking about reports. Um, they're really commenting on gossip as if it is fact, and I think that's amazing. But I'm digressing. It was reported that Barbara Walters is set to retire next year in May of 2014. This is coming on the heels of Joy Behar announcing that she's leaving, and rumors that Elizabeth Hasselbeck is leaving. But then Barbara went on the View and said, "No, we're not kicking Elizabeth out." But then there were follow-up reports saying Barbara just said that they really want to get rid of Elizabeth, but they don't want to look like they're firing her. So in essence, if you believe the reports, Joy Behar's contract was not renewed, and neither is Elizabeth Hasselbeck's going to be renewed. But they like to frame these things so that everybody can save face. The View producers don't look like they're firing, and the talent doesn't look like they've gotten fired, which devalues their sort of negotiating power. Same thing happened back in the day with Star Jones, where they didn't renew her contract, and instead of leaving gracefully, because um, instead of doing that, she went to some magazine and talked about she felt like she was fired. Now, where the shit hit the fan was when that magazine article was leaked before she actually left the show. So that was a big old mess. That was a big old mess. But back to Barbara Walters. I'm a View watcher. I watch every day and always have. I think the show is genius in that, and I think it really has helped women in a lot of ways. Women being seen as having um, something to say and that being taken seriously. You have five women, five smart thinking women, informed women, educated women who are discussing the topics of the day. Um, and anyone who watches that show once who thinks a certain way about women are going to come away from it thinking differently, I feel, especially when they talk about deep stuff, not when they talk about the bachelor and stuff like that, but when they talk about the deeper stuff like presidential debate or gun control or this or that, you know. So it's done a great service to us all because we all need to be reminded that women are valued just as much as men are, or at least women should be. But the fact that Barbara is leaving as a daily watcher, I must say, it's sort of a relief because, and here I go reporting or talking about it as if it's excuse me as if it is confirmed, which it is not. But if it is true that she is leaving, I am relieved because it is annoying sometimes to watch The View and watch Barbara be cranky and she doesn't like to be interrupted, but then she will interrupt. It's like, can I finish? Can I finish? It's like, oh, gosh, it's like, I don't have a grandma. I never had a grandma, but that's how I would imagine it is. It's like, grandma, come on. And not to say that she shouldn't be there. I'm just saying that it's sometimes annoying watching the show when she is at the table. And to watch Whoopi's face sometimes. Ah! Whoopi's face is hilarious because Whoopi cannot hide when she is like annoyed or like, and it's funny to watch them go back and go at each other from across the table. That's kind of funny. But this whole shakeup at the View, man, it's a trip to be. If it's true that Elizabeth is leaving, I don't understand, and Barbara won't be leaving for a while. But Joy and Elizabeth reportedly are supposed to be leaving relatively soon. So it's like, what is it? What is it? Like, I thought it was, maybe they know. I don't pay attention to ratings, so maybe the ratings have dipped, and they want to replace them with something new and something. I just hope, and I'm not a conservative. I'm more of a progressive. But I just hope that they do replace Elizabeth, if indeed she's going to be replaced, with somebody with a similar perspective, because that is needed. I mean, it is nice to have that foil. I mean, it's just going to be a liberal gab fest, and that's, I can turn on MSNBC for that. I don't need that on the View. So I hope that they are smart enough at least to keep that. And I hope that that's not the reason that they're getting rid of her, because that's silly. But at times I have felt kind of bad for Elizabeth because, first of all, her voice, her speaking voice, I mean, the sound of it. I feel like it's easy to get drowned out because mostly everybody else at the table have deeper voices, voices that carry a little bit of resonance with them. And here she is, it's easy to dismiss that sound. No matter what she's saying, I feel like, because her speaking voice is such, that it's easy to just say, sit down, kid, even though she might be saying something worth listening to. And it's easy to talk over. Whoopi and Joy, they interrupt her all the time. They interrupt Elizabeth all the time. And I feel bad. It's hard for her to get a word in. Not only being the only one at the table, but then everybody's, talking over you too. So I give her props. She's really, over these years, she's really sort of, managed herself very, I respect the way she's handled herself. You know, um, it will be sad to see Joy leave. She's the last remaining original member of The View. Um, but something tells me she has something up her sleeve. She's probably going to end up on CNN or somewhere. I feel like she has another job waiting for her somewhere. And that will leave Whoopi and Sherry. Now I saw something on Twitter which was really dumb. They said they were gonna bring in Nene Leakes. I'm thinking to myself, it's that's nice if you want to sell papers and put articles in your tabloids saying they're looking at Nene Leakes, but they're not gonna be looking at Nene Leakes, Vanessa Williams, Angela Bassett, Vivica Fox. Any other black woman has no opportunity to sit at that table as long as other black women are sitting there. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. Call me a cynic, but I don't give the network credit enough to put three black women at the table. Come on, they still have to get white people to tune in, and I'm sorry, but I don't think the average white person is gonna be like, yeah, let me watch The View with three black people. I mean, you don't even have to be racist. I just don't feel like. I think that will tip the racial balance a little too much, and I don't know. I just think it is what it is. Um, But it'll be interesting to see what kind of chemistry they make with the new people that they bring in. I don't know. But Barbara Walters, I mean, she's a trailblazer. I mean, you see all these people who are like saying all these good things about her, and oh, I remember when I was a kid, and blah 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 blah. You know, she was such an inspiration. Oprah talks about her all the time. She used to mimic Barbara Walters when she first started out as a reporter. You know, so she really has left a wonderful legacy behind. You know, if indeed she is retiring, which probably she is, because she hasn't come out and said that she's not. And in this day and age, when they don't come out and say that they're not, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting till Monday. She has to say something Monday. If the View is live on Monday, she has to say something about it. But we'll see. But anyway, this is a favorite show of mine, The View. I'm not ashamed to say. It's a great show, except when it's taped. I don't like topics when they're taped because, especially like Fridays, I rarely watch on Fridays because they always tape it on Friday. The whole week can be live, and then they'll tape two shows on Thursday, the live show, and then they'll tape the Friday show on Thursday. And it's like, and don't let something happen on Thursday and then we'll try to watch it on Friday because they're not going to talk about it because it's a taped show. It's so stupid to me. It's like you can't come to work 5 days a week. I don't understand that. But maybe it's more cost effective to tape it instead of airing it live. That's probably what it is. It's more cost effective. But yeah, I think that's a show that will all ABC will never get rid of that show. I don't think because you can always pull out a host. You can always mess around with the chemistry of what's at the table. But the format itself is wonderful. I mean, and I think it's interesting that men have tried to copy that format and it's never worked with men. I think that's kind of interesting. I wonder why that is. Well, probably because the target audience is women and they're not really wanting to sit around and listen to men talk during the day. Maybe that's it. But it's kind of sad that the view is changing. Not sad, but you know it's notable that it's changing, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I got a text message. I'm popular. So I guess that's all I wanted to say about the view. I'm sort of glad that Barbara's leaving, and hope that whomever that they bring in is gonna really bring it. You know. So oh, tell me what you guys think about the view. If you watch the view, if you hate the view, whatever. Let me know. Okay, I'll catch y'all later. Bye.